Hello, 5th grade. Today we're working on lesson 12-4, multiplying decimals by whole numbers. On page 201 in your workbook, 201. Now if you look here at 1 through 4, they've done all the multiplying for you. It just says to write the decimal point in each product. Notice that I'm multiplying by a whole number, 7 times 5/10. And first you just multiply like you'd multiply whole numbers. So if I have 7 times 5/10, I know that 7 times 5 is 35, but I have to put my decimal point in there. And I have one digit after the decimal point, so in my product I also have to have one digit after the decimal point. Okay. Number 2 says 3 12/100 times 23, and they've already done the multiplying for you. 23 times 312 is 7,176, but I have to put a decimal point in there. So I can see that I have two digits after the decimal point. So I have to have two digits after the decimal point here. So it'd be 71 76/100. Okay, so let's go down to number 5 through 14 where you actually have to multiply. Okay, we have, it says to round, you don't have to round. I'm just going to show you how we're going to multiply. So on number 5, we have 5/10 times 19. Okay, they have it written this way, 5/10 times 19. Okay, well, you can do it this way, or you could switch it to 19 times 5/10 using the commutative property. Okay, and 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4 is 9. And this was all going to be 0, so we don't have to multiply again. Okay, so like I said, you just multiply like it's whole numbers, and then you put your decimal point in. So I have one digit after the decimal point, so 9 5/10. Okay, number 6 is 3/10 times 42. Well, I'm going to put the 42 on the top and then put the 3/10. Okay, and multiply it just like it's whole numbers. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 4 is 12, and I have one decimal place, 12 6/10. Okay, now let me show you how to do it the order that the book has it. They have it 3/10 times 42. You would just have to use partial products if you did it this way. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 0 is 0, then put your 0. 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 1 is 0 plus 1 is 1, and you still get 12 6/10. So it's just easier to put the 3/10 on the bottom. Okay, so number 7 is 31/100 times 7. So I multiplied just like it's whole numbers, just like I multiplied 7 times 31. So 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 3 is 21, 7 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. And then I have two digits after the decimal point, so 2 17/100. Now let's look down at the bottom row where we have 81/100, this is number 11. 81/100 times 52. I would multiply this just like I was multiplying 52 times 81. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Put my 0, cross out my 1 up there, and then multiply. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 8 is 40, 5 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4, and then add my partial products. And then count my decimal places. I have two digits after the decimal point, so I need to put the decimal point right there. We'll have two digits after the decimal point, 42 12/100. Okay, 202 is actually the page you're going to do. Okay, so let's look on 202. You only have to do 1 through 11. You do not have to do the word problems. You just have to do 1 through 11. And you do not have to round, you just have to solve the problem. So let's do one of them together. So the first one says 76/100 times 28. Okay, you're going to multiply this just like you were multiplying 28 times 76. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 4 is 60. 8 times 0 is 0, plus 6. Okay, cross out your 6 and 4. Put your 0 here, and then multiply. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. add your partial products. And then you have 2 places after the decimal point. So you put your decimal point right here, 21 and 28 hundredths. Okay, and then on 8 and 9, they're using words instead of numbers. 2 times 18 hundredths. So you have to do 18 hundredths and then times 2. That would be 2 times 18 hundredths. And you would just multiply like you're doing 2 times 18, which is 36. Okay, and then I have 2 places after the decimal point. So right there, 36 hundredths. All right, and 10 and 11, the directions say simplify. Remember, when it says simplify, that means solve. Make sure you do what is in the parentheses first on number 10. Okay, and on number 11, you have to multiply and then subtract 1. You only have to do 1 through 11 on page 202. You do not have to do the word problems.